Well, hello, you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and I'm back. Right then, so to say the last week has been interesting would be an understatement. Now, no, I haven't been arrested. No, I didn't get a knock on the door by the 5-0, the feds, or whatever you want to call them. It was nothing to do with that. I had two separate issues which on their own would have been fairly easy to deal with, but because they both arrived at the same time simultaneously, it caused a hell of a lot of stress. And remembering that the primary role of everyone is to protect their families. So the first one has been dealt with, and was dealt with quite efficiently. The usual, what you expect when you lift your head above the parapet wall. It wasn't, I wondered how long it would be, to be fair, before this kind of incident occurred, and it's all been dealt with, problem solved, shouldn't have a problem again. But the thing is, for that situation I was already well prepared, so I knew exactly what to do, how to deal with it, etc, etc. The other problem is we had, well, obviously me and Mrs. G, like many people in this country, we have universal credit to top up our finances, our weighty bills of things, and it is pretty good, pretty useful, and it also is quite integral into our financial plans, our budget, shall we say. So, out of the blue, at the beginning of the week, an investigation had been launched upon our universal credit account, which was a bit weird, but it is what it is. So, this caused Mrs. G, on top of the other problem, to literally have a meltdown, which is fine, I understand. So, the very first tweet message on the community board was me doing something to try and calm Mrs. G down, which by the time the second message came out, she had. But in subsequent conversations and discussions with Universal Credit, we have come to an agreement, well, not agreement, it has been decided that for the time being, there will be no monetization on my account, and there will be no merchandising shop, no Patreon, no nothing, for the moment, any case. Well, I'm having a discussion with other people in relation to that, because although it was okay, it was bordering on the lines of having to sort things out other way-wise, self-employed and all that sort of stuff. It was a lot of things to go through, so I'm sorting that out. So that's now sorted as well. So if you were a member, sorry, your memberships are technically suspended. No more money will be got from you, and that's same with the Patreon, and unfortunately none of the mugs and that will be available in the merch shop. The merch shop has been closed down for the moment. This is all temporary, by the way. None of this is forever. It's just a temporary thing that we need to do to sort things out. It's complicated. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is, I'm making it sound like I was like earning hundreds of thousands of pounds, and I really wasn't. In fact, in reality, it was next to nothing. I mean, for those of you who know YouTube and know the thing, you have to hit a minimum payment of £60 before they pay out, and I was only doing that every now and again, so it wasn't like it was a major issue. But you have to put things into perspective. So there you go. So after a fantastic, now a lot of people criticise YouTube, and rightly so, but I had a very good discussion with my creator assistance person called Gabby. She did a fantastic job. We went through everything, sorted it all out, and that is why I have voluntarily demonetized my account, even though I wasn't getting a lot. It really wasn't a lot. So a bit of annoyance, because it's I thought it was a nice way for you to express your thanks, but unfortunately, financially wise, at the moment, that's not such a good idea. Yeah, but fortunately, everything's been sorted out. And then we add into top of it where I've just come out, where we've seen what happened to Funky Prepper. And obviously we had Silver Fox Hot Takes. He had his issue. And it's worrying. It really is worrying to do what we do, to speak how we speak, and to the fact that we have to be oh so careful in what we do and what we say and who we follow, and because you get the distinct impression that things are being stacked up against us to catch us out, to get us into trouble, to try and catch us. Which is why I'm very dubious and careful about things that are said on X and such like, because sometimes it really does smell like a trap. And I really do genuinely believe that they are coming for people who speak out about the truth, or even just speak out, who just saying how they feel about stuff. Because we do definitely live in the thought police scenario, where people will be questioned, arrested, and potentially locked up. Well, not even potentially, have been locked up for daring to question things, for daring not to follow the government prescribed narrative. So along with all that, having the last week off and just genuinely not doing a lot in social media, just sitting back and watching, it's been very interesting to just sort of step back for a bit and have a look. Because the one thing that seems to be, and I've mentioned this before, and Dino Bain has also mentioned it just recently in a video, is the fact that everything is stacked against people like myself and other YouTubers who do what they do. Massively stacked against us. You know, we are fighting insurmountable odds with things. But what's the biggest surprise? Well, initially, not so much now. Kind of got used to it now. Although I really have to question and understand, which I'm doing now, why. The biggest issue we have is people who are allegedly on your side right up to the moment where you say something they don't agree with. You see, you can make 100 videos and they will agree with 99 of them, but there'll be one they won't agree with, and then they have a meltdown, they depart the channel, unsubscribe, usually with some vile comment, and then they're gone. And that makes you question why you do it. Because do you feel like at times you're on your own screaming at people who are just oblivious to what's going on? And you have people who follow you, you have people who subscribe and all this sort of stuff, and I still wonder why some people can't take the constructive criticism of Nigel Farage, for instance, or the Reform Party, or anything else. There seems to be this, I agree with you, right up to this bit where I think it's slightly different to you, so therefore you're a scumbag. And you're like, wow. So 99 times you've agreed with me, and you think I'm awesome and you think I'm brilliant. But then this one particular video, you can't agree to disagree. You have to leave. Now, when I said did a video, the last video I did actually before I sort of vamooshed for a week was about uniting, was about coming together. And that was also saying, why do us on the right, even though I hate labels, why do we do this to ourselves? Because people like myself and that, I've always said I do this for free. I am now doing it for free. I'm doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. I'm doing it because I've got kids and grandkids. I'm doing it because I love a country that I'm in, and I'm now watching it just disintegrate in front of my eyes. And I also can see how much worse it is going to get. Not might get, is going to get. And I will sit here in the car or at home or in the studio, and I will express those opinions and those fears. And people will go, oh yeah, you're right. And then I'll go, yeah, but don't you think, considering the way Reform are at the moment, that Nigel Farage should start acting like a Prime Minister in waiting and be more forthright and more prime ministerial? And I have worries about the things that he says, and that's it. Blah, you're a flip. And oh, here we go. You see, you may not agree with everything that I say. I don't agree with everything other people say. But the simple truth of the matter is, if I could identify somebody who is, for all intents and purposes, of the same mindset, thought process, and nearly all of the same things that I agree with, if there's one thing I don't agree with, I just go, let's agree to disagree. Because that person is still on my side, is still someone I can align with. Now, if you can't do that, if you're that thin-skinned, if you're that weak-willed, then do yourself a favour and just unsubscribe. There's no need for the abuse that you do fire off. A lot of people have left to fired off abuse. Don't need to do that. Don't deride people. Don't insult people just because for this one time. Because in reality, that's a reflection on you. If you are that mission focused on one single thing, that's the thing that, it's make or break, then I'm afraid you're never going to be happy and you're never going to find that solution. The whole world, from the minute you're born to the minute you die, it's all about compromise. We can't always get exactly what we want, but we can get something similar, or we can get kind of it. The whole world is full of compromises. From the minute you get up in the morning to the minute you go to bed, whether you realise it or not, you have to make compromises. Because if you set yourself to one set mission, it never works. It never works. You have to be open to other people's opinions. You have to be open to the fact that you may have to compromise. You may have to go, well, I agree to disagree. Now, I know I've got some people on my channel who will actually tell me when they don't agree with me, but they just go, we'll just agree to disagree on this particular point. It's because they're adults. Because they're rounded, sensible human beings. Those of you who go off on one because of one thing said, sorry, but you need to go back and play with your Lego. We're in dire straits. This country's in serious trouble. And people like myself and others that do it, and you know who they are, there are hundreds of us. We do this at now potentially great risk to ourselves. We do videos wondering when the knock on the door will come. I mean, look at Funky Prepper's one. He had his door knocked because of something he did over a year ago. An innocuous sharing of a post over a year ago. So we put ourselves out there. We do this because we have a belief and a passion and the feeling that it's, as I say on my X account now, that it's honourable to stand up for what is right, no matter the risk. And the risk is growing every day. I mean, you could just see when I put my first post up, immediately everybody, well, quite a lot of people, should I say, immediately presumed that I'd been arrested. Because that's where we are right now in this country. We're at that point. So if you see people like me and Paz and Clown World YouTube and Freedom Dad and We've Got a Problem, Andy the Gabby Cabby, I mean, I could list on and on and on and on. We're all doing it knowing that there is a severe potential that one day we will get a knock on the door. One day we will disappear for a bit, maybe forever. We don't know. And then the changes to the criminal justice law that they want to build, the new policing bill, which I'll cover in another video, will make it even easier for the police to intimidate you. That's where we are right now. So, when I bring this one to the close, I'll bring it to close with this. To every single one of you who sent those lovely messages of support, of concern, of help, of everything. Thank you so much. You literally made this old man really humble. I naively didn't realise how much people look forward to what I do, enjoy what I say, and genuinely seem to like me. You don't, when you're sitting this side talking to a camera, talking at the moment to my phone, or to the webcam, or to the GoPro, whenever I'm doing things, it's very hard to imagine you watching. Even though I do it and watch other people and like other people and, you know, see people as good people, you don't see it because you're just talking to yourself. You're looking at a reflection in a mirror. All intents and purposes, it's like talking to a mirror. So because you don't see the reaction of people, you never really understand. So you just think, well, it is what it is. But both those messages that I put out at the beginning of the week, I was overwhelmed with the messages of support and understanding and offers of help and comfort, and the fact that people were going to miss me and all this sort of stuff. Literally, you took me off my feet. And that's the other reason why I don't want to go anywhere. Even if I have to do this, which I am now, for nothing. It's because of you wonderful mother truckers out there. Because I appear to be your voice, which is fine. And I literally am a humble man right now because I didn't realise how wonderful my community has become. What wonderful mother truckers that you are. Just on a side note, I am trying to sort out a time to go on live with Freedom Dad. So we can have a little chat on there. That would be nice. And when that happens, obviously, I'll link it so we can all pop on over. He's a good lad. He seems a good lad in any case. And he talks a lot of sense, like most of us do. So, any case, you know the drill right now, so let's go for it. The two videos popping up on the screen at the end of the video, in the end thing, because I've got a proper end thing now. One will be the one that I last uploaded, and the other one will be called The Chosen One. Now that is the one that the gods of YouTube with their mighty algorithm will have selected just for you. So why deny the algorithm? If you agree with what I say, you like what I do, then just hit the subscribe button. That's all the validation I need. I would love to hit 10,000 subs by the end of this year. I mean, it's an easy doable target, really. I mean, it would be better if it was a lot more, but it really isn't. It doesn't matter. But the subscription, to me, is the greatest indicator that I'm doing it right. As well as the likes, the shares, and the adult conversations that are held in my comment section, which is open to everyone, as long as you can be an adult. If you want to be an idiot and you want to be a child, just get back into your room and go play with your Lego. And for some of you, not even Lego, go back to playing with your Duplo bricks, because that's about the level of your mentality. Stop having a go at people who are standing up for you just because they're not singing your song, all right? With that, I'm done. So, and most definitely, until the next one.